This segment's brought to you by Lids, man. Three things we used to come to Carnaby Street for in the 80s.
What's that?
First thing was, before hip-hop, for some reason I wanted to get a parka because all my friends were mods.
Oh, really?
So I got a parka.
It's big down here, that kind of
got
stuff.
a parka,
all
but
the stuff, yeah.
bad thing about getting a parka is if you get a parka, then basically you're going to be, skinheads are going to see you and chase you and want to kick the crap out of you. So I didn't really want to wear parkas.
Yeah.
Actually, before the parkas, me and my brother did boxing, and the original Lonsdale shop. Original Lonsdale shop was just down there on the corner.
Was it?
Yeah. And Lonsdale now was bought by the company that owns Lillywhites. So the only place to get Lonsdale stuff in London, so this is a good bit of information, is you have to go to Lillywhites to get it.
I didn't know that. Lillywhites Piccadilly Circus, which we could pop into. They might have some good selection of baseball caps as well.
I don't know how many. It's got like 6 or 7 floors or something crazy. And then
really? I haven't been there for years.
Yeah, loads of floors.
Which is crazy.
Very hard.
There a lot. It's a place I never go in.
Very hard to find what you want though, because of all the floors, and it's not very well laid out, in my opinion. The third thing that we came here for when we were in hip hop, obviously Run DMC did a song called My Adidas. They did this term fresh out the box, is where you take them out the box and they're not laced, and that's why they wore them unlaced. So it's called fresh out the box.
I could never figure that out. I mean,
well, that's the reason why I got fresh out the box. But you had to also get an extra pair of socks and put them underneath the tab to keep the tab flat. But then everyone started introducing the fat laces. And
fat laces. I like the fat laces.
Yeah, fat laces and the way that you thread them through the holes and all that. And there was a couple. I think there was only one shop in London that had suitcases full of fat laces from New York.
Really?
And it might have been this shop here, this Pepper Jeans shop. It was
Pepe jeans were the jeans that would fall down. You know, the ones where they.
Oh yeah, but this is where it was one of these shops on this side where you could get the fat laces. The thing is though, in London back then, if you wore anything decent, there'd be people wanting to nick it from you. So I learned very early when to come into London, so you wear no watches, nothing on your wrists, nothing in your pockets, whatever. But some of my friends went to London, they didn't even listen to me, they thought they knew better.
I know better, much better.
I won't say who did, but one person went to London with a brand new Puma tracksuit top and bottoms.
Yeah.
And this wasn't a small guy, he was like 6'2".
Right.
He had about 30 guys round him and said, "We want your jacket." And he goes, "And we want the bottoms as well," on Oxford Street. So he had to take the bottom, and he just left there with his pants on Oxford Street. But he should, like, why the hell was he wearing like a Beat Street, New York City Breakers style tracksuit
which was very valuable at the time.
Well, the only way to get them is you have to have them imported. You'd have to have like a dad or a friend of your dad import them and bring them by FedEx or DHL or something. But actually, probably wasn't even a FedEx back then.
Yeah. I think also, Carnaby Street, there was a shop at 4-Star General where they had the goose jackets and things. He might have had a branch in Carnaby Street as well.
I think we should walk back through there and then Regent Street, because that's quite pleasant.
I think so.
No sun and stuff, and it's still light.
Yeah. I think, you know what, I think you had a great idea there. No, I think it's a wonderful idea. It really is.
The other cool thing with hip-hop back then is it was, like I said, it was very inclusive genre, but it kind of included all other genres as well. So when we had our agent and we started getting gigs with Thrashpack, we got some cool gigs actually. One of them you went to, which is in Norwich. Part of the 1987 Def Jam tour. Derek B did the London supporting slot.
Was Derek B on that show?
I believe so. Or he was meant to. He was meant to be.
I know it's Public Enemy. I don't think Derek was on that.
Keep going down here. We'll get on there.
Okay, let's do that.
I'm directing this thing.
No problem at all.
Yeah, well, I didn't
realise, by the way, that you're the guest, don't you? That you're not the
the director
you're not the
producer.
You're not the director. You're not the producer. You're not even the researcher.
The researcher.
I'm the host. And you're just the guest, and all that's required from you is to turn up on time and keep everything relevant.
Do you remember? You know the song Boyingsville that we did with MC Duke?
I do remember the song Boyingsville.
And at the beginning it just goes, let's say what's up to Thrashpack, and that's Chuck D on stage.
I know, yes.
At
Hammersmith Odeon.
No, not Hammersmith Odeon.
Wasn't it?
Brixton Academy.
Brixton Academy, I
Yeah.
Hammersmith Odeon. See, you know more than me.
I do.
That's amazing, Chris.
But anyway, we supported Public Enemy and LL Cool J in Norwich.
Yeah.
And I know they said
That was an interesting journey. I mean, I might as well say, I'll say it. But so Thrashpack's in the back seat. Simon Harris is in the front passenger seat.
Steve Proctor was
Steve
driving.
Proctor was driving.
Yeah.
And I'm a very fast driver, but I only drive fast when I'm in the car by myself.
Right.
So he's got 4 passengers.
Yeah.
If Steve Proctor listens to this, he was going
you know
like.
what? I might send this to Steve.
He was going. All right,
Steve
Steve.
is a friend of mine.
He was going. Hey, he must have been going like at least like 110 plus.
You know, and he remembers everything as well.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. 110 plus. He was in I think a big BMW or something, like a 5 Series.
I don't think so. I think we had a crappy little Ford.
No, it was a nice car. It was a big car, wide.
We rented it, didn't we?
Probably.
Because it's Music of Life.
Okay.
So
But that was
been the cheapest car possible, knowing.
No, it wasn't. I remember it being a nice car.
Okay.
Maybe Steve will know because he drove. But
Marvel Spider-Man 2, available the 20th. Okay, so that's a PlayStation. Okay. Oh God, I'm going to have to get a PlayStation 5 now. Look at that. This is Dishoom, by the way, this Indian restaurant with always got a queue outside. It's really good, I went there once.
But it was...
So, we went to the gig in Norwich.
Yeah, but it was fun in, being the support act for Public Enemy and LL.
And I seem to remember that somebody got a bit nervous.
Yep. Well, that's common for a lot of people. Yeah,
somebody got nervous and almost threw up in the
no,
bathroom.
it did. I used to throw up. I used to throw up before every show, pretty much. I got so nervous.
I don't know why that would make you feel nauseous, though. Nervousness into nauseousness. We're going to go left here.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You hit interviews with multiple massive artists everywhere. It's very, very common.
I'm sure. I'm certainly not accusing you. That being a
Another act that we supported was London University Union, and that was Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Wow, that's
I know.
Amazing.
It is. That's when I think that was the time when they put the socks, on their dicks basically for an album cover.
I didn't know they did that. Let's just go over here.
They did that.
I'm right behind this guy.
But that is cool to because obviously
This is Regent Street.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, very big group. But yeah, the agent that we had, they were the agent for those acts that when they came to the UK. So since we were a small rap band, we were able to get these support slots.
Yeah.
So it's all about connections in the entertainment business. Who you're represented by, who you know, etc.
Yeah. 100%.
And the other thing is, as we were getting older, it's kind of sad, but obviously Derek B passed away about 15 plus years ago.
Yeah.
MC Duke has just passed away this year.
That's terrible.
And it kind of makes you think a little bit like, oh, we're not 20 years old anymore. But both those guys obviously passed way too young. And part of the Music Life Posse, as we called it back then, MOL Posse.
Like you say, it's shrinking. When you look at the photo, it's a bit worrying that there's less people.
Well, I'm the only one left on the front row. So I'm the next one to go. If it was a movie.
Probably not. Let's hope.
Was it Back to the Future where the peoples in the photo used to disappear?
That's why you sent me the Back to the Future photo. I see.
It is that film where
Yes,
the people start disappearing and he's got to try and do something to get it back to the original photo.
It is Back to the Future. That's correct. Yeah.
The original film, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
First one. 1985.
So that Back to the Future is all around, well, a little bit before Music of Life, but same era.
Well, we're in Regent Street in the heart of the West End, walking along Simon Harris Live from London with Chris from Thrashpack. Cash 127, is that correct?
Right.
Got that just right here. We're going to turn down Beak Street, or should we carry on walking for another block?
Let's try Beak Street. I like these.
Well, this
streets.
goes back to Golden Square here.
Okay.
Oh, back into Soho. Got the big Soho sign there. I remember seeing this street completely empty during the pandemic.
Be at
It's
one.
quite bizarre. So after you left Music of Life,
Yeah.
Thrashpack went to another label?
No, well, no. Basically, back then record labels would pay you to do demos. So we got a lot of money for doing demos.
Yeah.
I think we got money from Virgin, got money from Ireland.
Because you did a track with Duke for his Royal Family album, or did you produce a track for Duke?
He did the track, and then we put some samples on it, and then wrote the lyrics.
Right.
But
And that was released on the Royal Family album, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What track was that?
Boyingsville.
Oh, that was Boyingsville.
Yeah, that was Boyingsville. But
Oh my God! Smell
Yeah.
this, the garbage.
It's like
Let's turn
fish
right
and
here.
stuff. Why is he going backwards? What the?
Why am I going backwards?
Should we just cross or keep going down? You want to cross or? Alright.
So this truck is going to start going backwards. Honestly. Here we are.
It's messing things up, man.
I'm going to be unlucky.
That was mental.
You see that?
But it's obviously leaving Music of Life. Then we kind of had managers, and this is where managers can make you or break you. Now we had 3 managers.
You had one manager called Simon Harris, didn't you?
No, Simon Harris didn't manage us.
Oh, you just
no,
spoke
you
to him. You had a meeting with him.
First manager was Derek B. We had Paul Oakenfold manage us a very short
know
time.
that.
Yeah, very, very short time. I mean, I'd be surprised if it was more than 2 months.
I'm in Soho with Cash 127 Thrashpack, aka Chris. Mysterious name. He's got his sunglasses on. He's like a spy, like James Bond. Let's just do this. This is going to be funny. Look.
Hey,
Doesn't like that, does he? Doesn't like that.
it's like the worst thing in the world.
Funny view, yeah.
I think I used to park in here. Is this near Soho?
What's that beeping noise?
Put it on record that I do not like Kamala Harris. I was Simon Harris, part of the Harris clan, and I'm not too happy about it.
Well, it's just a name, isn't it? I'm sure that I could find some.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what you could find.
Cash. Oh, look at these lovely dogs. Very nice.
Shouldn't really let dogs drink out of the public bowls, because all the other dogs go there.
That's true. They could catch something. Yeah. Think Twice.
Yeah.
Was a band you were involved in.
Yeah, it was
Jazz
a
band.
it was a soul band, kind of like Brand New Heavies.
Right, I need to get this in front of you.
Yeah, like Brand New Heavies type music, funky soul, jazz, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got the business model.
And that's the group that we.
Who was in Think Twice?
A lot of people. They went through a lot of people, but we always had a female vocalist. First female vocalist was Sarah Warwick.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah, yeah.
She's a very
really good,
well-known
really good.
soul singer.
Yeah. Okay. I remember the track. I really like it.
Yeah, that was the original Joy Is Free, actually, with Sarah Warwick. It did really well.
Did you have a DJ on gimbal with it? Yeah.
But you know what? Like, the thing with Sarah Warwick is we were about to sign to EMI, and it was a really big deal. 3 singles, 3 album deal. No, I think a 5 album deal or something. Must be.
It's going on in the pub.
I don't know what's going on down
They're
there.
watching some football or something.
Oh, in the pub. All right.
So you had a 5 album deal.
With signing to EMI, and then the day that we were signing and going up to London, EMI called us.
Yeah.
and said, "Oh, just to let you know,
Yeah.
Sarah's attorney is called up, and they were trying to do a solo deal for her behind our back. It's ridiculous at the time. We were absolutely gutted. And
So
then,
completely trying to destroy you.
yeah, well, she was just looking out for herself, which a lot of people do, especially people like someone that wants to be a front person. So I understand it from that point of view, but yeah, that was like stabbing us in the back at the time. And they did. EMI promised us that if we find another female vocalist, they'll still sign us, which was really nice.
Wow, that's good.
Took a long
So
time.
they didn't mind. It's really,
Well, it's
they
not
saw
that-
the value in you,
Yeah.
as opposed just to the vocalist.
That's true, because if they saw value in her, they would have signed her and not us. So that was quite good.
Yeah.
So we felt a bit better, but to find another vocalist that was going to be as good as Sarah was going to be very hard, and it was hard to find.
Yeah.
We had to go to the theatre district, which is we're kind of near in the theatre district now.
Yeah.
Paulette Ivory, she's at the time she was on a big show. I can't remember what show she was in, but she
In a West End show.
yeah, West End show. But
So
with
she
Paul,
must have been really good.
she was very good, but she had really good soul vocals.
This is one of the best.
But she was obviously theatre programmed. So I do feel, no disrespect to Paulette, is that Sarah had a more soul, independent soul vibe, just from a production point of view. That's all.
Yeah.
But Paulette did wicked. She redid the vocals on Joy Is Free. We sent it to EMI and they signed us. And so we signed the EMI deal, which was wicked. But the weird thing when we did the deal with EMI, we actually at the time dance was getting really big.
Yeah.
Ministry of Sound
What
and all
year,
that.
what year was this?
We signed in '94. EMI '94.
Yeah. The heyday of the.
The heyday
the
of
rave
dance
thing.
labels starting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was when we signed to EMI, they started a dance label called Positiva
I know, yeah.
with Dave Lambert and I can't remember the other guy.
Right.
But they became our A&R department. But we were like an album deal act. Almost like a development deal back then. You know, they know you're going to get dropped after one single. Development deal then turned into being A&R by Positiva, putting out wicked dance stuff. But anyway, from the Positiva thing,
Yeah.
that's how we got the Roger Sanchez remixes, because they were saying because it's a dance label, they wanted to have dance mixes that they could promote to the clubs. It was just like, that was just the vibe at the time.
You've got to go higher, otherwise I'm not going to get above the people here. The crowd. Let me go over here because I'm on this guy.
The other good thing about signing to EMI is that we had an opportunity. We actually left EMI. We weren't happy with them and the dance thing because we were a soul band. We actually asked to leave. Can you believe that? All that time, like getting
So what
signed
did
by
they
Major.
say?
They didn't argue, but they didn't make it easy. It took like about half a year to get off the label. But
Yeah,
when,
but you still let them keep the music, didn't
no,
you? You wanted
they-
the music back as well, the music rights.
yeah,
Oh, well, I don't blame
We
them,
were
to
in
be
the-
honest. If they paid for the recording.
they didn't. We paid it all. We were paid our own recording.
Okay.
They were signing stuff that. The reason we signed to EMI, and you know Lindsay Wesker from Kiss FM at the time.
I know Lindsay, yeah.
Think Twice was on the B playlist of Kiss FM on all our songs.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So like, you know, Rodigan played it, Bob Jones played it, Tony Munson played it,
Yeah.
all the daytime DJs played it, Trevor Nelson played it,
Yeah.
Bobby and Steve played it, Think Twice.
PF Chang's in the house.
Oh yeah.
PF
Oh,
Chang's
wait.
in-
Is that the
That's the
proper
only-
PF
Yeah,
Changs?
it's the only way around.
I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we left EMI, and when we left EMI, we got. You make fun of like I'll send you a fax or whatever. I think we got a fax or something from Toshiba EMI Japan,
Yeah.
just asking us or asking me,
Why'd you leave? You're unhappy with us?
no, have you got an album?
Oh, yeah.
We like the Think Twice songs. Have you got an album? And I faxed them back and said yes. Although we didn't have it, although we didn't have an album, I said yes. I said, send over the deal proposal. Send over the proposal you're willing to pay for this album.
There's Pizza Pilgrims over there, by the way, just in case we come back to that one.
Okay.
We'll try the other one first.
So...
Oh, sorry, this way. Wrong way.
So I said yes. From memory, it was something like $30,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And I said, when we signed the proposal, want 50% of the money up front and then 50% on delivery.
Yeah.
Which is a standard deal, really, in the music deal back then.
Yeah.
Remixes, they want 50 up front, whatever. When they sent the money, the first money, then obviously we had maybe 30 days to deliver, and then we used the money to go in and record the rest of the album.
Yeah, because back then you really needed to do it in a studio.
Yeah. Now, I don't remember the name of the studio, but it was in Wandsworth. It was a really nice studio that we used all the time.
Okay.
It would have had a Neve desk or an SSL desk, because back then we always wanted a Neve desk or an SSL desk for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's just what we were used to. Delivered the album, they put it out. And for me, this is like a bit of, if I wanted a flex, you know, like big up myself.
Yeah.
When the album came out in Japan, there was a, you remember this group, there was a group called Eternal on EMI.
Yes, I know Eternal.
Always remember Louise, everyone fancied Louise.
I fancied Louise.
Okay, there you go. They were massive in the UK, Europe, but when our Think Twice album came out in Japan, the big highlight was we sold more albums in Japan than Eternal, which is crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me this.
Yeah. So we did really well. We did so well with that album that we had 2 or 3 agents from Japan wanting us to tour Japan. Think Twice actually doing gigs in Japan.
Yeah.
And in 1995 we did a tour of Japan.
Wow.
And it was absolutely amazing. Like arriving there.
You went all different cities?
All different cities, and we went to another island as well. And
they looked after you properly?
All 5-star.
So it was like that film Lost in Translation where you get the people looking after you in Japan?
You actually get like so I was only DJing because I can't play an instrument. I was just like DJing.
Yeah.
There were 2 DJs. Because Think Twice was a production unit.
Yeah.
You sit down, like they go through all the equipment. Like these are the turntables we've got. This is the mixer we've got.
Yeah.
These are the amps we've got. These are the keyboards we've got.
Yeah.
And they go through the whole checklist before we even do any gigs.
That's amazing.
And you have this whole crew. It was amazing. And you know what? Back then we were probably playing places. So we weren't massive. We did okay.
Yeah.
Maybe like 1,000 people, 1,500 people, like decent size.
Yeah.
And what I remember is most of the venues it wasn't on the ground level, it was always like the 5th floor or 6th floor.
Wow.
Everything was upper level in Japan.
Simon Harris live from London. I'm at Camden today on a Sunday. We did hope to come here before it got busy, but it seems quite busy. With
it's so busy that I can't even hear what you're saying.
Cash 27, is it, from Thrashpack?
Yeah.
Cash 27. Have I got the 27 completely correct?
Cash 127.
Cash 127.
That was the number of Thrashpack.
Oh, I see. There's a reason for this.
So I was saying I haven't been to Camden for 22 years. Last time I was here was 2002.
Very long time. Very long time indeed. Yeah, I'm sure those Apple products are genuine, definitely.
Official Apple store.
Let's go in here. Oh my God, it's Shake Shack. That wasn't there last time. Let's go in here. That was Dingwalls, man. Remember Dingwalls?
Yeah, actually, so Dingwalls, now you bring it up, it's pretty cool. So we did a gig with London Posse.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't know you ever did a gig with London Posse.
Yeah.
Thrashpack and London Posse.
Any London artist that's coming up,
if
they get a gig, it's more than likely they're going to get Dingwalls, because that is a music venue.
We did loads in there.
That's a lot better here than
particularly with Tim Westwood as well. Oh, look at this. This is very cool, isn't it? This is what they call Camden Lock.
I used to walk over this.
This is indeed the lock of Camden Lock.
I don't think I've ever done this, even when I came to London.
Simon Harris live from London, right here in Camden.
180.
Camden Lock. It's all happening here. We've got busy tourist area here. Oh, there's loads of stuff in here. Can't find something to eat, wicked to eat in here.
Where did Charlie Vlogs eat? Did he come in here?
Very surprising.
Street.
You're right, sir. The best hot dog in England, right?
Can you believe how loud that guy's voice is? It's bloody loud, isn't it? Yeah. The Shawarma one is not a rip-off, and it's £9.50, but that one's a total rip-off because it's £10.50.
£1.
That £1?
Feel like your park.
That one, yeah, that £1 transformed it into being a rip-off.
One's full and one's small.
It's Valencia orange, yeah? Very good quality, brother.
Come on, everybody.
That's it, you got the lyrics exactly right. It did start with "Come on, everybody."
Did it?
No, it didn't. Now, Camden Lock, it's quite an interesting story behind it.
Tell us the story, Simon.
It used to be a Roman gladiator arena. It was built. Yeah, it was built by. It was actually built by the Romans.
It's not original.
Very nice truck.
Probably nice though.
Yeah, very nice truck. Very kind of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Very good idea. Okay, thank you. Sorry, True.
Very good street, everyone. If you're old, like say over 70.
With all these cobbles,
To
definitely.
twist your ankle.
Yeah.
You want to twist your ankle?
Oh, smell that. I'm drinking that shawarma wrap. That was good. Yeah, that was very nice. A couple of bits of free food there. Hi, Simon Harris live from London, and I'm in Camden. We're walking along with Chris from Thrashpack originally. In fact, you just started off in Thrashpack. That was your first foray into the music industry, and then you went into other things. How did you get into music in the first place?
Yeah, well, people listen to music, but I wanted to do more.
Yeah.
I was listening to it, and I just wanted to do it. When hip-hop came in the mid-80s, my dad, brother and I went to Olympia in London and we went into the Panasonic Theatre.
It started in Olympia. That's amazing, I didn't know this. Okay.
We went to the Hi-Fi show.
How bizarre. Yeah.
And there was Panasonic booth, had a theatre, had a show going on in it. And I don't know if we knew what it was or we saw what it was interesting, but we went in, sat down, and then this guy was like scratching these beats and stuff. Never seen scratching in my life.
Fantastic.
Or anything, and I was going, oh my god, what is this? Because I was going, this is absolutely wicked. And then Rocksteady Crew came out and did a whole show, one by one, doing breakdancing.
So this would have been 1983.
I think 83, yeah.
Yeah. Should we go around this
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
So we saw that. I think we went in and see it again because it was so good. We might have seen it 2 or 3 times.
Wow. And your dad liked it as well?
Yeah, all 3 of us liked it. It was absolutely wicked.
Yeah.
And I went back to school, told my friends about it.
Yeah.
And this was Stephen Lintop, who was Spinny D in Thrashpack.
Very early on in the days of hip hop, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like really if you weren't from London, we were outside in Surrey.
No, there was no British
We were the
hip hop or
first one.
anything.
We were the first people doing it, basically.
Right. Okay.
Went back, told Stephen about it. He goes, he wanted to go.
And you wanted to go to Olympia to see it?
Yeah, and we skived off school. I've never skived off school in my life.
Right.
And I did. So we skived off school, went to Olympia on the train, went to see it, he saw it, and then we just started like seeing like Beak Street movie and the battle in there was
How long was this show on? It seems like it was on for
probably a week. Like we probably, I'm sure we saw it on the weekend and then it was still going.
Right.
So then we all, my brother, me, Steve, and we said we want to break dance. We want to do what we just saw. We just taught ourselves. We had like videos. I went. That's actually where I met Tim Westwood for the first time. That would have been ages.
At that Olympia show?
No, in London. I had two original acetates from the Bronx. That friends of my mum got for me.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm sure they're worth a lot of money now. It was like something mixed. Like I can't even remember the guy's name now.
I'm sure you still got these acetates.
No, I had these acetates. And I don't even know how would I have contacted Tim Westwood? I haven't even got a cell phone yet or a mobile. I don't know how I did it. But I met him in Hammersmith.
Looking back.
Gave him these two acetates, and in return, all he gave me was a copied VHS tape of all these breakdance battles from New York. So then we could learn.
Tim would definitely remember all this.
He probably would, but he's done a lot more.
He's a very switched on guy. He would remember all that.
Yeah. So we had this VHS tape, Beak Street Battle, like Hey You, the Rocksteady Crew video, and just literally taught ourselves how to breakdance from those VHS tapes. So no instructors, no one was telling us how to do stuff.
This is you and Tony, your brother?
Yeah, and Stephen Lintott.
Okay.
Then the Woodbridge brothers, Tim and Nick, joined what we were doing.
Yeah.
So when we were doing this whole breaking thing, and I started doing graffiti in friends' bedrooms and stuff, we then it went into the kind of like around that time, like 84, 85, 86. We're talking about Run DMC, Beastie Boys, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And all together, then obviously, we wanted to be like Rocksteady Crew. Now we wanted to be like Beastie Boys or Run DMC, so we started rapping when we were breaking.
Yeah.
Went into a studio, and I said to Stephen, and Stephen learned scratching on his mum's turntable.
Yeah.
Me and Tim were the rappers. We started a band called Thrashpack, did a demo called Cooling in Paradise.
Was that the first name of the group, Thrashpack?
Yep. Yeah, it was always that.
So, is this because you like thrash metal?
No, actually, so my brother and Stephen really like thrash. So they liked bands like Anthrax, Slayer,
right,
other bands like that. And I played it to all my friends, and it was a big joke in the pub. Like I'd walk in and they'd do the songs. It's only like 4 or 5 seconds. All it did is went. That was it.
That doesn't appeal to me.
That was it. I think you had played it to Derek B as well, because like when we actually met you guys, Derek was there too.
That sign up there that says Delancey Street. We turn right here.
Delancey Street, that's like New
We
York.
turn right here.
You go on the shady side, or do you want to be in the sun?
It's best to be in the sun. Where we are right now is where we recorded Cooling in Paradise.
That's in a crazy, really.
In a studio, it's just up here. We're going to walk right past the studio.
Was that planned?
No, it's just coincidental, and here we are. you mentioned Cooling in Paradise right at this point where we start to walk up Delancey Street to the studio where we actually recorded it back in 1986. Do you remember anything about that day?
I've got a feeling. I just remember the studio being really nice. And
it was very nice.
It was really big.
Yeah, very nice.
Like it was like. It was like a massive studio, massive desk.
Yeah. It wasn't actually a huge desk, it was an Amec Angela desk. It wasn't enormous, but it was designed by Regent Street.
Oh, cool.
It was a fairly small desk, but It was a studio where Motorhead used to record a lot of their stuff.
It definitely had a kind of rock vibe.
Yeah.
Kind of like wood and carpet and...
Yeah, so there was always a lot of, you know, like Motorhead, Lemmy's, guitar amp, laying around, stuff like that.
I'm sure, did they have a pool table there?
I think possibly. I think it might have been in the reception. I think it could be. It could be that there was a pool table.
I think it had a pool table. The reason I mentioned that is because that was the first kind of stage professional studio we went to.
Right. And it was
And
nice.
when you're not doing stuff, it's good to leave the room and just clear your ears out. And I like playing pool, so we just play pool. And later on, through all music productions, especially if we were hiring a studio, I would always say, have you got a pool table? And if they didn't have a pool table, they didn't get our business. They had to have a pool table. And you know what? When we ended up...
I remember going in this delicatessen, by the way, when we were stuck in studio sessions. I would come out here and go in there and get food.
I started doing different productions outside of rap later on, in the early 90s and stuff. Always used to go to Psalm West.
Oh, God. Well, Psalm West. You're talking serious money.
Yeah, Trevor Horn's...
Pet Shop Boys, you know.
Trevor Horn's studio.
Yeah.
And that had a pool table. You had you could go in the kitchen. And you literally had a personal chef there. You could just go in there.
Yeah.
And say, yeah, can I have this? Can I have whatever.
It was an amazing studio.
It was really nice. Yeah. That's also where Roger Sanchez did a remix for us.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Think Twice, Waiting for You. He did 2 remixes for us at Psalm. And that's when we were on when we signed to EMI Records with a band called Think Twice.
Yeah,
this is after Thrashpack.
If I could just interrupt you here, we're looking 68A Delancey Street.
68A.
Right here is where that pool table will have been, and it's where we recorded a lot of the early Music of Life tracks, including this young man Chris, Thrashpack.
Indeed.
Inside here, Redwood Studios, co-owned by Andre Jacquemin and Monty Python's Michael Palin.
I think also the cool thing about hip hop, it was, I don't know, my era, it was definitely the first all-inclusive type of genre that came in.
That's true.
But for me as a kid, it was the first all-inclusive genre. So we would be going to all these hip hop concerts and breakdance competitions and stuff. It never felt out of place, which was really cool. So it's a very inclusive, and it is a community. I mean, it was just like hip hop. It is
definitely.
It's a culture.
Yeah.
Obviously, rap's got very commercial now. Graffiti and stuff like that's kind of fallen back a little bit. Hasn't grown like the music. Probably North East London to see the film Wild Style.
Really?
That's a very independent film.
Yeah.
Wild Style, all about graffiti. It had some breakdancing in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would have been the very, very, very few people in England to see that film Wild Style exclusive in the movie theatre before it came out on video. So.
Yeah.
Was that the only hip hop label? Do you think? I mean, obviously, there are other rappers on other labels. So what other labels were there?
So you won't let me answer.
You had to wait until I finished.
1 minute.
We're debating at Speaker's Corner.
That was really the only British hip hop label at one point. Okay. Then another label came along called Green Street, which was run by John Baker, very nice guy. And they did hip hop. Then Profile opened a UK office, and they signed Caveman. And
that was run by Paul Oakenfold. Maybe not at the beginning, but I thought Paul
Oakenfold did work for Profile, but Profile US. And I think that might have been after he left Def Jam, because he was Def Jam, Rush.
Maybe it was Def Jam UK then.
Yeah, he also worked for Profile as well.
Yeah.
And then Champion Records, Mel Medali was the guy who owned Champion Records, and Paul Oakenfold was the A&R guy. And Paul discovered Jazzy Jeff, Fresh Prince, from Girls of the World Ain't Nothing But Trouble, and signed that.
Jive Records, that was quite forward UK label.
Yes, Jive Records were like a small, kind of major, large independent.
Yeah.
But what used to happen is artists used to go there from small independents.
It was the next step.
Yeah, it was kind of the next step towards a major or being on a major, because they had Battery Studios in Willesden, fantastic studio with an SSL desk.
I've been to Battery and Metropolis.
Oh wow!
Very nice studio.
Yeah.
So I used to work for Phil Manzanera, who's the guitarist in Roxy Music.
Oh wow! Fantastic.
In Chertsey.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Sasha Carlson, he used to work there. I used to visit him a few times, and then there was just an opportunity to do some work there as well.
Thanks, Chris.
What's that?
No, I'm just interrupting you needlessly. You're in the middle of conversation. I suddenly act really rude, belligerent, push in. But sorry, carry on, Chris.
Well, check out how tall that building is. It's quite different to the rest of everywhere else. Well, that centre point, everyone, it's obvious.
Yes. In fact, let's cross over.
You should go high.
When I say cross over, I don't mean dive. You know,
I'll cross over to the other side.
Cross over to the other side.
Sorry for your loss.
This is Denmark Street, by the way, a home of the British music industry in the 60s and the 70s.
But in the past there was a Roman gladiator arena.
It was?
Yeah.
Did you know that? Amazing that